yeah, sure. All right. You're going up right now. Who knows? When you're speaking, the color might just change just like that. Who knows? Change just like that. Let's straight them up.
All right, like I say, shalom, shalom, shabbat, shabbat, shalom.
Shalom,
Call
shalom.
Banyam Yasharallah,
Shalom.
Mashapach. Sorry for the delay. A little difficulties with the system. Like I say, shalom, Ashar Pasak. It was a beautiful Passover. All praises to the Most High. And as we closing out for the Feast of Unleavened Bread tonight, which we kept, it was good. All right. So 7 days of a Feast of Unleavened Bread. And as we move forward, as this new year commence, we move forward for our salvation, for the glory, for the kingdom, to be better men and women, for repentance, to strive for the kingdom, and to expect more destruction and havoc for this kingdom called Babylon the Great, because we are at the end and decline of our empire that has been evil, wicked, malicious, purposely, and everything was done maliciously. It wasn't no coincidence of things that they have done to us in this society. Everything was evilly done by evil intent. All of their goals, their aspirations, everything, the political system, the medical system, the school system, all the systems that have been in place have been against us. And we see now that the Most High is bringing his judgment and his wrath. And the big thing now is to target China, to go against China. All right. So we know when Passover comes, a lot of things begins to happen. The prophecies go into gear. Everything moves forward. But you see coming up, they're talking about Easter Sunday. There's no such thing as Easter Sunday. These are all pagan evil days that have been created to keep our people distant and away from the Most High and from seeing the truth. There's no such thing as Good Friday neither. They tell you to scrap a Good Friday. All right? How could somebody die on a Friday, and from Friday to Sunday, that gives you 3 days? That's not 3 days and 3 nights. Yahweh Shai said he will be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth, in the grave. All right? So somebody is lying, somebody is calculating wrong, and somebody was purposely trying to deceive us. The scripture said the whole world have been deceived by Satan. All right? So we're going to touch on some of those things, events, prophecies, current events, things that happen in Egypt. All right? What we was doing in Egypt as a nation of people. What we were doing in Egypt is the same thing that we're doing over here now in America. The same thing. Being corrupt, being defiled, being ignorant, being foolish, being wicked. Some of us trying to do right. Some is not trying to do right. All right. Some is just trying to be materialistic. See, China's exposing the whole world. That all of your designer labels, bags, shoes, every last one of it is made in China, and then they just put the high fashion designer name on the bags. Whether it's Gucci, Fendi, Armani, all of it is made in China for a cheap price, and then it's sold to you for like $300 for a damn bag, for a Fendi bag. So I'm glad China's exposing the whole world, because China makes all these products, All right. Then you got the Italians, Versace, Louis Vuitton, putting their name on it, and it's made in China. And then, and then charge you like $1,000 for this crap. And our people so materialistic, all you want is name brand stuff. All right. You ain't got no money. We're still in captivity. We're still being oppressed, but we want fancy name brand that's being labeled and being made cheap, but sold in the market for expensive price. But I'm glad China is doing that. That's how you fight a war against your enemy. All right. I'm glad China is doing that. I don't blame China for that. You understand? But the Most High said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. All right. We perish for the lack of knowledge. So all these things must happen because we're in the end. All right. The end of all things must be exposed. The end of Esau's kingdom, the Most High is exposing him for his evil. All right. For his greed. It's all basically based on greed. Greed to make profit. So he could be on top and rule the world forever. It's all about greed and profit. That's why the Most High said, you rich men, you're going to weep and howl for your riches is corrupt. Right? But I want to start off reading that first because you rich bastards, you have a price to pay. All right? And the Most High is going to judge you rich devils because you have corrupted this earth. All right? Go to James Zechariah. I want to touch on a lot of move around a certain subject.
James chapter what?
I'll let you know.
All right. Oh, man.
We'll go to James, the second chapter.
Second chapter right here.
Okay, actually go to James, the fifth chapter. And then also you're going to get James, the second chapter too. But you know what? Let's read James, the second chapter first. Let's read about these devils.
It's on the top.
I'll let you know.
All right.
We'll start from the fifth verse. I'll tell you what. The whole chapter is good, but I want to start from the fifth verse.
Fifth verse. Read a book of James, King James of the version of the Bible, chapter 2, verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world?
Right, and that's who the Most High have chosen, the poor of this world. Okay, the Most High have not chosen the rich and the billionaires and the mega billionaires and millionaires and the elites. He never did. He only used them for a purpose to display that they are the wicked and their agendas. All right, but the Most High from the beginning of this world have chosen the poor in spirit. Read that verse again.
Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High power chosen the poor of this world rich in faith?
And the poor is the one that's rich in faith. Everything about the poor is rich in faith. Everything that they do, all right, is rich in faith. When they cook, when they survive, their music, everything about the poor is rich in faith. And the rich capitalize and steal all of those ideas and use it for their benefit. All right, continue.
And is of the kingdom
And
which
we're heirs to the kingdom. We're the rightful rulers to the kingdom of the Most High, the poor. So if you poor, be glad that you poor, because you're going to be rich in the kingdom of the Most High. All right, continue.
which he had promised to them that love him.
Which he have promised to them that love him. You have to love the Most High. And the rich doesn't love the Most High. They don't care about the Most High. They only care about their own riches, their own profit, how much more they could make. If they lose a dime today, they will say, we're losing profit. They could make $2.5 billion yesterday. And today they lose 1 cent. Oh, we're losing profit. We have to lay off. We have to cut back. Their mentality, if you made 2.5 billion yesterday, tomorrow you have to make 2.5, 2.6 million. You can't decrease. You must increase. Keep going up and up and up. That's their mindset. That's all rich people. Continue.
But ye have despised the poor.
But who have despised the poor? The rich. They have despised the poor, and they still despise the poor. They're still capitalizing, using the poor, exploiting the poor, using the poor for their benefit. Continue.
Do not rich men oppress you.
Oh, yes, rich men oppress you. But leave it to some people. I'm not oppressed. If you poor, you oppress. Okay? Once you poor, you oppress. If you're struggling to survive to pay your rent and your bills, you oppress. If you pay exuberant taxes, if you gain a ticket on your car from the meter maid because you double park, you oppress. I got one this morning. You know what? I can't wait till the place burn because there's no place to park on the block. On the Edison's digging up the block, you can't work, so you have to double park. When I came out this morning, I saw a ticket for $115 for double park. I said, you know what? Let them enjoy it, man. It's their friggin' kingdom, man. But to pay them $115, I could use that money to do something else. But that's how the system is. The system is geared to oppress you. But leave it to our people. Oh, well, I'm not oppressed. The scripture said the rich man oppresses you. The whole system is geared to oppression.
They wouldn't get no ticket.
No, they ain't get no ticket. And it's a weekend. It's what they call a weekend. It's not a weekday. What the hell you ticketing the car for? There's no place to park. But, you know, it's their kingdom. Let them enjoy it, man. You know, that's the way I see it, man. Let them do what the hell they got to do, man. Because when it's going to burn, it's going to burn. The Most High going to burn this damn thing down. Okay? Read that verse again.
Do not rich men oppress you?
Yeah, rich men oppress you. That's what they do. They oppress you every day by making rules, laws, oppressive laws, draconian laws. They make legislative laws in Congress, all right, in the Senate to oppress you, to make your life miserable. Continue.
Enjoy you before the judgment seats.
And what's the judgment seat? The judgment seat is the friggin' damn courthouses, their raggedy courthouse. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth? So help me God. I have you swear in the Bible. Got some nerves. Got some damn nerves, man. And the one that tell you to do that and the judge ain't nothing but damn atheists. They don't believe in the Most High. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, nothing but the whole truth, so help you God? Like I said, their God is not the Most High. Their God is guns, oil, and drugs. That's their God. Okay? I can't wait till the Most High burn this here, man. I'm going to be so happy. Let it burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
Burn the whole damn thing down. And that's what the scripture said. Hold listen and come back to this here. Go to Revelation, the 18th chapter, man. Most High said we're going to rejoice over her, man. Okay? Revelation, the 18th chapter.
You just mentioning about the judge, you got precept for that.
Yeah, I'm going to get, yeah. I want you to read this here. Read Revelation 18 and start from the 17th verse. But the key part I want is the 20th verse.
Now the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 17. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught.
Right. So you're going to take 1 hour to finally burn this whole entire place. It took them 250 years to make it an empire. In 1 hour, it's going to be gone. One single hour, 60 minutes, it's going up in fire, flames. I'm going to get, hold on, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning.
Yeah, they're going to cry when they see the smoke of her burning. And any of our people cry, you're going to die too. You should be rejoicing, not crying.
Salvation.
This is your salvation, your kingdom, your redemption. Continue.
Saying, what city is like unto this great city?
What cities are like unto this great city, this great place? America, California, New York. All right, go ahead.
And they cast dust on their heads.
Yeah, the dust represents the low state and mourning, crying. They're going to cast dust upon their heads when they see America go up in flame, boy. All right, go ahead.
And cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costless.
And what is that called? What is that called when you have ships transporting goods in the sea? What is that called?
Merchants, nothing.
Merchants. Yeah, and what else? Yeah, it's merchants, and what else? It's at least a couple names to it. Maritime navigation, importing, exporting, commerce, trade, like they're doing now. You see those big cargo ships that bring ships, container trailers of stuff? That's what it entails. These big cargo ships that got thousands of containers stuck in them, stock high, bringing in goods, supplies. That's what it's about. Importing, exporting. And now you see the big beef now between China and America with the tariffs. Now he put 200 and some% tariff on China. But he's such a damn dummy. Don't you know who's going to suffer the most? It's the consumers here. Because you're going to have to pay a higher price now with all those tariffs he's putting on China and these different countries. If you were paying, let's say you was paying, let's say you're paying for a 20-inch TV, let's say $100. You're going to pay double for that a 20-inch TV now. Your bill's going to go up too. Everything's going to go up. Light, gas, cable bill. Everything's going to go up. Food, especially food. Don't talk about food. Clothes, all them fake, what Gucci and all that stuff, that's going to go up too. Fendi. What was the one that that Kanye West was promoting? It was one he was promoting. What's the name? Y'all know. It was someone he was promoting about a couple months back. It was a big name. Yeah, he was promoting, talking about it all the time. I think it was made in Italy or some one of those places. But he was promoting it big.
The shoes he got, Yeezys?
Not easy. I think it was either the clothing line or some crap he was promoting from Europe. And everybody was going crazy about it. Not Fendi. I think it was some other brand. I don't know why people go crazy over a name brand. Name brand doesn't impress me, man. Because I'm not paying no $500 for no damn name brand. The only thing I'll spend $500 for is for a good pair of boots for the winter and work boots. That's the only thing. But I ain't paying no $500 for no damn sneakers. You crazy? A sneakers? You hunk of your damn mind? $500 for sneakers? I could pay my bill. I could pay my light bill, cable bill, and half of my probably car insurance. Because my car insurance is $480. So I'm going to take that $500 and pay my car insurance. I'm going to buy a pair of sneakers for $500 because somebody put their name on it. Get the hell out of here, man. Yeah.
It's the one with the no job that's paying for those.
Yeah, that's the problem. You don't see the rich white people doing that. You don't see Elon Musk and other people doing that crap. Only black people do that foolishness, man. Stupidity, man. Go crazy over that. Yo, I want a name brand. If you ain't got a name brand, I don't want it. Well, your name brands are knockoffs. They're fakes.
Just somebody's name on it.
Yeah. And all they're making money from it. China, those Europeans, they're making money from it until China exposed the whole thing. China said, listen, man, okay, you want to get dirty, America? I'm gonna expose what's going on. All that stuff you see name brand, it's made in China.
Right.
And it's shipped to those European countries. They just put their name on it. It's made for like $5. And they sell it for like $3,000, $300 over here and in Europe. Got some damn. That's why it never impressed me. I never fell for that crap.
Energy and electricity being sold from Canada. They're gonna jack the price.
That's gonna be jacked up too. Yeah. Get the door. Yeah. And guess what? Trump talk all that nonsense and bull crap. Guess where his MAGA hats are made? His MAGA hats is made in China. All right? So they talk all that crap about China, all this foolishness. But everything is made in China. Everything is made in China. You understand? Everything is made in China. You name it, from A to Z, man. You understand? So this country is finished because of their greed, all right, and want to be rob everybody. That's what happened. You understand?
Right there.
Right? So go back to Revelation, all right?
Face it. No. Sideways. Face it.
What verse you left off in?
Yeah, that's good. Should go back to where?
Revelation 18.
Yeah, left right here. It said Revelation 18, verse 19.
Yeah,
I'm
read
start at the top
19 again. Yeah, read
Yeah, the
19
top.
again. Mhm.
It said Revelation chapter 18, verse 19. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea
Mhm.
by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate.
In 1 hour, she's going out, baby. 1 hour, 60 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
Rejoice over her.
See what the Most High said? Rejoice over her. All right, go ahead.
Thou heaven,
The heaven, who is in heaven? The angels. The angels going to rejoice. Go ahead.
and ye holy apostles
And the holy apostles going to rejoice. Go ahead.
and prophets,
And the prophets is going to rejoice. Go ahead.
for the Most High hath avenged you on her.
And that's what the Most High is going to do. He's going to avenge these devils for what they did to us, man. Okay? So I don't feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry what they're going through now. I don't give a damn. When they were doing to us, they didn't care how it felt, how it feel. They told us, pull yourself up by your bootstrap and stop crying. All right? So they're getting their portion of what belongs to them now. Okay? Now go back to the book of James. Brandon, what's the precept?
Reading out the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
Right? That was it?
Yeah.
All right. So who's that king that's going to rule in
You know
righteousness?
what that is.
Yahushua, that's the king that's going to rule in righteousness. All right. But also hold James. You can lose Revelation and go to Psalms. Go to Psalms 110. Now that you mentioned that, go to Psalms 110. All right, because this was prophesied by David and it's going to be fulfilled. Psalms 110. I tell you what, you're going to start from the top.
In the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 1. The Lord Yahweh said unto my Lord Adonai, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool.
So, who was David speaking to when he made this proclamation or this prophecy or this word? Who was he speaking about and who was he speaking to?
He was speaking to Yahweh about his Lord, which was Yahweh.
In one sense, yes, but technically, he was speaking to Solomon, and he was saying something to Solomon that through your loins and generations, this great king is going to come out of your lineage. All right, because when you go back to in the Chronicles, right? Let's go to Chronicles. Let me see. It's Chronicles of Samuel. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it was Solomon. He was speaking in this same sense here, where he was saying,
9.
sit thou at my right hand till I make my enemies thy footstool.
Chronicles 9.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. I'll come back to it though. But for now, okay, let me stick. I don't want to get too you know what? I'll come back to it. I'll find it. You know.
Who's it pertaining to?
It was pertaining to David was speaking to Solomon. 1 second. All right, so let's do 110 because it's going to take me to a different direction. Let's do 110. All right, read Psalms 110 again.
In the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 1. The Lord Yahweh said unto my Lord Adonai, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord Yahweh shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, rule thou in the midst of thy enemies.
Right. So David and all them rule over our enemies, and Yahushua is going to be the final ruler to conquer and destroy our enemies. He's coming to destroy our enemies. All right, go ahead.
Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power.
Right, in the day that Yahushua rises up and comes back, our people are going to be willing in that day, because only one thing people understand: death and destruction. That's the only universal language people understand. When death comes knocking. All right, go ahead.
Of the morning thou hast the dew.
No. Read 3 again.
Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness. From the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. The Lord Yahweh hath sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
And that's the order that we follow now, under the order of Melchizedek through Yahushua. Right? Continue.
The Lord Adonai at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
In the day of his wrath, kings is going to be laid down. Nations. All right, go ahead.
He shall judge among the heathen.
He's going to judge among the heathen. He's going to judge the heathens. Go ahead.
He shall fill the places with the dead bodies.
Ooh, you see that? It's going to be a lot of dead bodies. That's why he says he's going to call for what? He says he's going to call for what? The fowls of the heaven to come and eat all the dead bodies. All right? Hold that. Go to Revelation. Revelation 19. All right. Read here. Start from 11th verse.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. And in righteousness, he doth judge and make war.
And that's what he's coming back to do, to judge and to make war. All right, go ahead.
His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
And those crowns represents what? Rulership, authority over all nations. All right, go ahead.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High Power. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed
he's coming back with a host, with an army. Okay, with an army to lay this place down. Okay, go ahead.
Clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword.
So the question is, why are they coming back in white garment?
Purity.
What he just said represent purity and holiness and goodness, but I probably send them up good. And truth, all that stuff.
Well, why the white garment? Why didn't they put on like a black garment or a blue garment? Why are they putting on white? LeBron.
Is it going, in other words, it's going to symbolize that work that they're going to put in?
Yeah. The people, the amount of bodies that they're going to kill. Remember, that blood is going to be stained all over their garments to show you the viciousness of how the Most High is going to take these nations down. Remember Yahushua said in Isaiah 63, who is this that cometh from Basra with dyed garments? As if he was stomping in grapes.
But that's an overkill, though. That's a serious overkill. Because if one angel could do one damage to the nation of Assyrians at that time, imagine what one angel did. So imagine what a platter of angels gonna do.
But you imagine, remember, the nations coming up with their full hostility of weapons of war. They're coming out. They ain't coming out to play no games, man. They know what time it is. They know what it's gonna be. That's why the Most High told Daniel it's gonna be a time of great trouble, since it was ever a nation upon the face of the earth. This war that's gonna be fought is gonna be a hell of a war, man. This is gonna supersede any war that you have ever seen in your lifetime or that your foreparents have ever told you about. You thought the Vietnam and Hiroshima was something else? What's coming is going to be something else, man. Yeah, LeBron.
It's like they come in with the swag and they know it's going to be a throwdown.
It's going to be a throwdown because Esau is not going out without a fight. That little devil is going to put up a hell of a fight, man.
And that's how you know when you're trying to like create an army to go against Esau, even now on earth.
He crushes you. He totally demolishes you. You have to overwhelm the enemy to let them know you mean business.
But
So-
call them people, that's not, it's like an army, like that. They got a name for them. No. Like us, militia.
Militia.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The Most High is going to show his force, man, because that's the only thing the nation is going to understand. And that's the only thing Esau understand, because he figured we have the greatest military. He's boasting right now. He said, China, they don't know what we have. And Trump was boasting about it. We have one of the greatest technology of weapons beyond your expectation. And he's boasting about it, man. He said, China doesn't know. They got everything in hand, man. Imagine they could use a weapon that could just evaporate a certain area of the earth, man. The technological weapons that they have to fight this war, man. You understand? They could drop a bomb. They call it a neutron bomb. And it doesn't destroy nothing. The only thing it does is what? It kills everybody in the area. No, it's called a neutron bomb. Yeah. All right. Then they have one. They have another one. When they drop it, before it drops, it lets off nothing but heat. It just evaporates everything in its sight. Then after that, this explosion.
We got another one that just
Suck up the air. Yeah, suck oxygen, everything up from the air, man. That's diabolical, man.
And you know what else too? And then he makes them with supersonic the speed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, remember, even when Iran shot those missiles against Israel, the first one they shot, it took them like what, 10 hours, something like that. They said when they shot the supersonic missiles, it took like what, 12 minutes to get from Iran to Israel. And you flying a plane from Iran to Israel takes about 10 hours. And that supersonic got there in 12 minutes. Imagine that. That's supersonic speed, man. That missile could hit Israel before you could even get down to Fulton Street. By you driving from here down to downtown Brooklyn, those missiles already hit Israel before you could get downtown Brooklyn. Imagine that. So that's why the Most High says the angels going to stand up in that day. It's going to be a time of great trouble. It's a Michael is going to stand up in that day. That's going to be a hell of a day we living in, man. And this devil, and he know that he's going out. He's not going out just like, oh yeah, no, he's going to put up a fight. Because remember, when we took his birthright, what happened? When Jacob, I don't say Jacob instead, Jacob tricked him because he was greedy. What happened when Jacob took his birthright? He wanted to kill Jacob. He cried, Father, Father, don't you have a blessing for me? Isaac said, no, man. He said, don't worry. The time's going to come. I'm going to kill my brother. He said he cried because there wasn't no blessing for him, man. And that's why he hates us so much. Because we took away his eternal, everlasting blessing. And the elites know that, but they won't tell the people that. That's why he has a perpetual hatred for us. Because he knows that we're going to get the everlasting blessing at the end of this bang. But he's going out, and he knows it. That's why he has a perpetual hatred. You goddamn niggas. And that's the way he feels, man. If I can't have it, nobody can have it. And all they got that mentality. Them bastard so-called Jews, they got the same mentality. Right? That's why they got the missile is called the Samson option. If they see that they're losing and they're going out, they're taking everybody off with them. Because remember, the guy from Samson, what did Samson do at the end of his life? He said, I'm going to kill more people now in my life than I did before. And he was blinded, and he knew he wasn't no coming back. Yeah, the Most High said, that's it, Samson. The Most High wasn't dealing with him no more. After he lost his eyes, everything, he asked the Most High, give him one more time. And he knew he had to die because he screwed up. And he pushed those 2 pillars down. The whole building came down on him and all the Philistines. And that's where the so-called Jew got that idea from. They call it the Samson option. We're going out, we're taking everybody with us. And all of them got that same mentality. Even this devil here too, in America. Ain't no different. That's why Yahushua coming to lay them down. He's coming vicious on them. He's not going to play with them. You can't play with these devils. All right? Continue.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations.
He's going to smite the nations. He's going to destroy the nations. Go ahead.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the almighty power.
See, he do it? He's going to tread the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of the Almighty Most High. With fierceness. I could hear the angels now. Ah! Could hear the angels now in that war chant against Esau. And they're going to blow that trumpet, man. Okay? And they're going to sound that alarm. And they come in. They come in for the prey. And they're going to take that prey down, man. And anybody saying, why is this happening? You going with them too. You going down too. I know some people going to be there too. This is unfair. What kind of God is this? Well, I hope I'm not that person in that day. You understand? Because you talking that foolishness, boy, you're going to die. You going out. Because the Most High is coming to bring his justice and judgment in the earth. All right, go ahead.
And he have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
The true kings of kings, not no Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie, not no kings of kings and lords of lords. I know where to get that foolishness from. Okay, go ahead.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying, to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven.
See, he's calling all the fowls that fly in the heaven. And what kind of fowls are those? Vultures. All right. What's the other one? The osprey, the eagles, the buzzards, all them ugly looking vampire birds. Okay, they're coming to drink, man, and they're gonna drink, and they're gonna drink so much blood, they're gonna be bloated, man. Okay, you ever see a vulture when he's sucking blood and he and just drinking that blood and picking the body? A scavenger, man. That vulture, yeah, man. A vulture don't leave nothing, man. He put that beak in you and he hold his claws and tear you apart, man. And he's drinking the blood too. Yeah, this is gonna happen in real time, man. Okay, you're gonna call for all those birds, man. Okay, the ravenous birds, man, just to come and eat. All right, go ahead.
Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great Most High power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings and the flesh of captains and the flesh of mighty men and the flesh of horses and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great.
Okay, now go back to Psalms 110. So in the day of Yahushua's return, man. Yes.
Did you see that? What did it say? Both free
And bond. Yep.
You ain't escaping it.
Nobody escaping, man. All right. Okay, go back to Psalms 110.
Start at the top, or
No, where we left off.
we left off at probably Melchizedek. About verse 5 now.
Okay, where we left off. Okay. From 110, we left off in
Melchizedek. I read verse 4.
Read the 5th verse again.
Okay, yep. Read the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 4. The Lord Yahweh hath sworn.
5, the 5th verse.
Okay.
110 and 5.
Yeah. Read Psalms, chapter 110, verse 5. The Lord Adonai at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
In the day of his wrath. All right, go ahead.
He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of dead bodies, man. All right, go ahead.
He shall wound the heads over many countries.
Yeah, and the heads represents top rulers, kings, rulers, presidents. Okay, go ahead.
He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head.
All right, now go back to James now about these rich devils, these oppressors.
In the book of James, chapter 2, verse
6.
6. But ye have despised the poor, but not rich men oppress you
Do not.
and draw you before the judgment seats.
And the judgment seat is their court system, right? Bring you before their judicial system and ask you to know, how do you plead? Do you want to take a plea bargain or do you want to do the full sentence? None. Damn devils. All right, that's the first thing. And then they got the damn pro bono lawyer that working for the same system. Well, you see, if you take a lesser charges, it'll be better for you. Okay? A lot of times it sets you up, man. You understand? And the first thing, just take guilty, and then you'll do less of a time. Because they all make money from it. It's a big money racketeering system, man.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Do not they blaspheme that worthy name by which ye are called?
Right, and that's what they do. They blaspheme that worthy name that you are called. They make mockery, those Israelites, those so-called Israelites, the black Hebrew Israelites. The black. Ain't no white Israelites. It's only one. The Hebrew Israelites only. But they have to do it to defame us, to make mockery of our name and who we are. All right? Now go to James, the 5th chapter now. Most likely going to put an end to these rich bastards. James 5:1.
In the book of James, chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
You hear that? You hear that? Read that first verse again.
James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men.
Ye rich men. It's not talking about our people that got a couple dollars. Oh, I got a couple dollars. I'm doing good. No, you're not rich. You understand? The elites. Not even Oprah Winfrey is considered rich in this sense, but she got money. But it's talking about the elites that really run things in this setup. Oprah is not running nothing. Yes, she has money. She's rich, but she's not in the rich category as the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Bezos, the Jeff Bezos, the Gates. Yeah, Bozo, what the hell is Bozo? Damn Bozo, right? Gates, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and all these guys. She's not in that category. Warren Buffett. Oh, and that guy from BlackRock, Larry Fink. Okay. Okay. So she has money, but she doesn't call no policies in this country. Okay, and they could seize her money anytime too. Yeah. If she had power, she could put Kamala Harris to be president. You know, she couldn't do it. She only rallied for her and gave support for her, but she couldn't put Kamala Harris in office. It's the rich elites puts Trump in office. All right. So the Most High said, go to now, ye rich men. Not even Michael Jordan too. Okay, and not even what's his name, that boxer, what's his name?
Mayweather.
Mayweather. Giving money to the so-called Jews military, giving them bulletproof vests. The hell?
Well, your people over here.
Yeah, your people are catching hell. You got some damn nerves. But I think just the other day, his whole family got busted for fraud and all kind of stuff. His whole family, I think it was what his aunts, his nieces, and everybody. I saw a whole bunch of them in the court, man.
Judgment.
They said he bankrupt now too. He
I
losing a
won't,
lot.
I won't
Most
put
High
it
give him.
past him, yeah. Because a fool and his money shall soon depart. Okay? How the hell you giving all that money to the so-called Jew? For what? You want to show your love and appreciation for the enemy so much? All right?
They're the same one that's putting them in jail now.
Yeah. And I guarantee his lawyer is a so-called Jew. All right? So read again, 5 and 1.
Yep. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you."
So the Most High said, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Miseries coming upon these rich men. Okay? They haven't seen nothing yet. Okay? Continue.
Your riches are corrupted.
The Most High said their riches are corrupted. Okay? Because not even some of the gold and diamonds and they're using is real stuff. It's only the real top elites use that gold and diamonds. Okay? And that's why Trump took out the gold from Fort Knox and invested in Bitcoins. He took that gold up from Fort Knox. And that's why I know in 2 more years, ain't gonna be no Social Security. He went into that stuff, him and Elon Musk, man. Okay, go ahead.
And your garments are moth-eaten.
See, and the garments are moth-eaten. Moth is eating their garments because it's not even real. Okay, go ahead.
Your gold and silver is cankered.
See it? It says your gold and silver is cankered. What does that mean when it says it's cankered? What does cankered mean? Look it up. Look it up. Look up what it means, cankered. Like a sore. You know, they got cancer. Most I say your gold and your silver ain't worth a damn. Ain't nothing. Ain't gonna do you nothing. It's like sores, cancer. Okay? It's corrupted. It's not going to benefit them. The Most High said they're going to cast their gold and silver in the street in the day of the Most High wrath. Hold that and go to Ezekiel 7. And meanwhile, look up the word conquered and you see what it means. Right, Ezekiel 7 and the 19th verse.
Read that book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed.
And the gold shall be removed. Trump removed the gold from Fort Knox. Okay? And a lot is going to be stolen too. It's going to be taken away from them. Because some of their own people is going to start to rise up against this system. Go ahead.
Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh.
See? I got gold, silver. Let's go. No! In the day of the Most High wrath, they ain't going to do you a damn thing. Okay? Go ahead.
They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity.
All right. Go back over here now to James. So read third. What it says. What it says for conquered. Mm-hmm.
By malign or corrupting influence.
Right. So all their goal is corrupted. Okay. It's not going to benefit them in that day. Okay. So read that verse again. The third verse.
Yep. Read the book of James, chapter 2, verse 3.
James chapter 5.
Oh, wow. That's right. Wow. Read that book of James, chapter 5, verse 3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you.
So the Most High said, and the rust, mean is corrupted, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. It's going to be a witness to them to see that their gold and their silver doesn't mean a damn thing to them. All right, go ahead.
And shall eat your flesh as it were fire.
See, and it's going to eat your flesh as if it were fire. All right, go ahead.
Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
See, all praises to the Most High. The Most High said they have heaped treasure together for the last day. This is it. This is the last go around. They have heaped up that treasure for the last day. Okay, go ahead.
Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord Yahweh of Sabath.
Sabath, which means the armies. So what is that verse telling you right there? What is this verse telling you, the fourth verse telling you right here? It's something major and significant that they have done to all the people of the earth, mainly us as a people. Read again.
Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud.
Who are the laborers? Right, you're the workers working for the employee, for the employer, and they have kept back your wages by fraud. They haven't paid you your due reward for the job that you have done. They underpay you. Talking about minimum wage. Should be no damn minimum wage in this country. Yes.
Just like the reparations.
Yeah. Everything. We underpaid for everything. You're not being paid your full potential. How are you gonna pay somebody $10 an hour for what? What is $10 an hour? Yeah. Yeah. That would have been like what? That would have been a safety net for us. That would have been a family inheritance for us. Don't you know? Property and real estate is a fortune. That's something that you have for life. When you have land, that's everlasting wealth and riches. Yeah. Generational wealth. Land. Pass that thing on. Okay? So they have robbed us. They have defrauded us. And they're going to tell us, man, you pay you $15 an hour. And then after the $15 an hour, what are they doing? Taking out taxes. Before you even get your money in your hand, they take out that damn taxes. So don't tell me we're not in slavery, man. They take state tax, federal tax, city tax, FICA tax, DDI health tax. At least 8 different taxes. What the heck before you get your paycheck? Right? For some federal income, some bull crap. You know, that's how you get paid for your Social Security retirement and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So before you get your paycheck, their hands already in your money. So how is that? You're not free. That's not freedom. If somebody could put their hand in your money before you get it, then you just a slave. You're supposed to say, okay, when I get my money, then I give you your portion. But no, before you get your money, they already took off your taxes already. That's extortion. That's big time. That's a big time gangster move, mafia move, man. Yeah, I was. No, you pay that for the rest of your life, man. Okay? So it's all slavery, man. I don't want to hear anybody tell me I'm not in slavery. You don't understand what slavery is. You think slavery because he's whipping you with a whip. You think that's just no. Slavery have went up to a higher bracket now, baby.
We normalize it.
Yeah. Slavery has been institutionalized. It have been marginalized. It have went high tech. Slavery went from 18th century slavery to 21st century high-tech slavery, man.
That's right.
Okay? We're in a high-tech slavery, man. I'm telling you, the slavery is so high-tech now that even the person with the most educated will say, well, I'm not in slavery. Because it's so high-tech. It's so beyond his comprehension of seeing what life is really about. Don't, listen, man, life is not about just getting up, working every day, working to pay bills. That's not living, man.
That's survival.
That's survival. That's survival mode, man. Okay? You're not supposed to be working like a slave there for nobody, especially us as a people. But because of the condition of what we did against the Most High, that's the penalty of life. But in our reality, we're not supposed to be working like that and giving our hard-earned money to our enemies. You crazy?
We need that reparation.
We need that reparation money. I want my money now. Like it says, I need my money now. I want mine now. And I want my Social Security money. I want it before I retire. Because I know in 2 years, it ain't going to be no Social Security money. Even my mom told me that. She said, son, go put in for your Social Security. Because she said, I have a deep down feeling it's not going to be no money there. My mom told me that last week. And I looked at her and I said, yeah. I said, I might do that.
I tried to take out my 401k the other day. There was no help.
They don't want you to take out what belongs to you, man. That shows you it's not your money. That's not your, if it's your money, you should be able to take it out. What the hell you holding my money for? It's mine. That's gangsterism, man. Yeah, Laban. Shall go into captivity, man. They got to go into captivity, man. You understand? You believe that's your money. You put your money in their bank. Whose bank is it? JP Morgan, Chase Bank, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America. It's their bank. It's not your bank. Everything that you do, you have to pay what? Rent or something for it. If you put your car in my garage, I'm going to let you use that for free? No, you got to pay something, a monthly fee, either a weekly fee or a monthly fee. So that's what the bank does. You pay to have your money in their banks.
And they take your money to make you better money than
Yeah.
you ever did.
It's all about robbery, man. Robbery, exploitation, slavery. That's all it is. But they don't use the word slavery. They use a better term so you will like, wait a minute, I'm slavery? They make you enjoy it. You love doing it. You love being a good slave. And Most High said, are we a homeborn slave? Yes. The Most High said, we love it. The Most High said, why are we spoiled? Is he a homeborn slave? Because we love it. You ask the average black person out there, brother, can I ask you a question? Are you a slave? Hell no, I ain't no slave. You crazy nigga? But he doesn't know what slavery is. He thinks slavery is when you got on the chains, the shackles on you, and you're in the field and you're working from something. That was 19th century slavery. We talking about high-tech 21st century slavery, man. Okay? Where your economical wealth is taken from you. It's gangstered from you. You have no control over it. You understand? Because I was speaking to my mom yesterday, last week, and she was telling me, everybody know Tim Duncan, right? They used to play for the Spurs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's from the Virgin. He's from the same place I'm from. So when he went back there, he took all his money and put it in the bank there. And you know what the IRS told him? Take that money out and bring it back to the United States. It's his money. He already paid the taxes for it. But you know what? They don't want us to have no generational wealth amongst our people. They told him to take that money out. And they set him up to marry that damn white woman too. So he could give that money to that white broad. Okay? How the hell you work, you paid your tax already, and you're tell you can't put your money in the Virgin Islands Bank. And he had to take that money out. The only thing he could have did was made a basketball court or some kind of gym. But you can't leave the money invested in the islands. You're a slave. Yeah.
Like say for example, he had given, like he got his brothers.
He could have done that, but he's such a good slave.
Yeah.
He's such a good slave.
Yeah.
A high-tech good slave.
Bundled it to them.
He could have done it in many different ways, man.
Oh, put it in like a trust fund.
A trust fund or something. You understand? But the IRS told him to take that money out and send it back to the United States.
How do you get like an offshore account?
I don't know how, but there's ways of doing it.
Yeah.
You understand? You understand? But when it really comes down to it, they don't want you to have no generational wealth of money passed on to your generations. They want to keep you going from hand to hand, mouth to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, struggling. Okay? But when it comes to them, they want to live the good life where they could pass on the inheritance and the riches and wealth. You understand? Yes.
The thing about it is that they're not trying to do that. If you look at all of these so-called rich white men, they all just said that they're not leaving their children nothing.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett said he was giving his children nothing.
Imagine that.
So did Elon Musk.
Mhm.
He's not giving them anything. Gates said the
Yeah,
same
Gates
thing.
too, yeah.
They all said, we're not leaving our children anything. Let them do it themselves.
But you're supposed to pass. But you know what? In one way, they're kind of right, because some of your children could be some stupid, foolish. They would squander that money, blow that money, and then coming back talking about, I ain't got no more money. So what you do with the money? Living a lavish life, buying the most expensive car, doing this, getting whores, getting freaks, okay, freaking it up, getting drug cocaine, and just being stupid. You understand? And not really investing or doing nothing with that money. And that's why I like Allen Iverson's mom. She took his money and she had it invested so he won't squander that money. Because if she didn't do that, he'd have squandered that money. So when he retires and he comes out from whatever he does from NBA, he's gonna have all his money, his inheritance. Yeah.
Well, actually, it was with Reebok.
Your Reebok, right?
He had signed a contract, something with them, but he wasn't able to obtain the money to you, like after 50 years old.
Mm-hmm. Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
But his mom was the one that set it up for him. Yeah. You understand?
It worked out well.
Yeah. You understand? Because
all that money during the 60s.
if you play all these years in the NBA, make all that money, man, and you don't have nothing to show for or to fall back on, you're a dummy. You're a real dummy and an idiot. And show you you're still a slave. Yeah, and what? Mm-hmm. Man, I tell you, man. I tell you, when our people get money, they do the most ridiculous stuff, man. You know what I mean? When you get money, the first thing you do is get some land. Get land.
Have a plan. Man.
Have a plan, man. Plan A, plan B, man. Okay? And when you get it, get the hell out of the United States. That's the first thing. Get the hell out. Take that money out, man. Okay? Take it out. Because Uncle Sam knows that he's gonna bleed you, man. And that's what Trump does. Trump and all, they do that, man. Okay? But I'm glad I'm poor too, because it's too much headache being rich, man. You gotta watch your way back for all your enemies who's plotting against you, who want to take you down. Okay? And then when you have your accountant, he's probably scheming how to rob you too, how to extract billions and millions for his account. And they could do it where it seemed that nothing was being taken off from your account. Okay? A lot of these famous players, basketball players, singers, had their accountant rob them, man. Okay? Sam Cooke. Okay? Until he wised up and said, yes, the accountant, he said, what? You were robbing me? The accountant was robbing his money, man. And Sam Cooke said, nah. And Sam Cooke was one of the wisest entertainer, man, that had a plan. That's why they killed him.
You know, man, our people, like I said, the curses don't be fell on us.
Yeah.
We aren't taught economics.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't taught.
Right. You understand? But we know it. But our problem is we want to be, I want to be the first to show off. Look, See, I did it. Because look, I'm gonna give you an example. Right after slavery, when they so-called free us in 1865, they said within 60 years, what was developed within 60 years? Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street. How did they do it? As a community. In 60 years, they developed Black Wall Street, one of the most wealthiest, well-to-do Black establishment as a community. Was outdoing Wall Street. Everything. They had their own business. Everything going for themselves. Money stay in the community. And that's the number one thing. The money has to stay in your community. Once the money is going out, that's a problem. The money has to circulate amongst us. And the white man said, God damn it, Jim. You see the niggas over there? The niggas are doing good. And he went and bombed that place, man. He destroyed Black Wall Street. Rosewood. We have so many different places, man. Okay? Black Wall Street was oh, man. It was booming, man. The white man had to get rid of it. You understand? But we could do it as a people. But it's when we use that ego and that pride and I'm the first, I'm that. That's where the problem comes in. Yes.
That's what Adam was saying, meaning that we don't have the same mindset. So we won't be able to, and then not only that, we wasn't supposed to have nothing, we're not punishment.
We're not punishment.
So,
but we could have certain things.
I like-minded.
If we do it
Even in
under
truth.
the laws of the Most High. It has to be done under the laws of the Most High.
I
Right?
already know that.
Because yes, the Most High brought us as a nation of people in captivity, but we could still have certain things amongst ourselves until we're delivered out of here. Because when we went into Babylon, ancient Babylon, and the Most High said, listen, you're going to be in Babylon for 70 years. What did the Most High told us? Have children, build ye houses, and plant vineyards. Those are the three mainstays to generational wealth. Have children, build your house, and plant vineyards. Grow your own food. Those the three main things. That's generational wealth. Okay? Your children, a man's children is his generation. That's his wealth. Your children carry on your posterity if they're taught in the right way. But if they're foolish, they're going to squander that money. Buying the most fanciest type of shoes, dress clothes, cars, whores, tricks. Okay, getting white women, getting Chinese women. Okay, going to nightclub, spending $250,000 in one night. That's foolishness, man. Come on, man. You go in a nightclub for one night, you spend over 50 G's in champagne. One bottle of champagne is about $10,000. And you popping champagne.
Jake wants to be a baller.
You want to be a baller. You understand? Then you got all your entourage, you got everybody there popping champagne. You got the female jiggling up. Make it rain. And she's shaking up. You making it rain. You understand? Yeah. We are crazy people, man. That's why the Most High said we are sottish people, man. We have none understanding, man. You understand? And we do that to be seen, to show I could do it, I could do it. You understand? Listen, I'm not going to no club to spend no $10,000, man. If anything, bring it to my house. Bring the party to my house. All right? Yeah. You got $10,000 in a club? Set my backyard, bring the party to my backyard. Okay? But you're going to be in order. Any foolishness, you're out. You're gone. Okay? But to each his own. You know what I mean? That's what our people do. But some of us are starting to realize and to learn those things. But the majority, it's still gonna be a bunch of low lives, man. Ignorant and stupid. Okay? So where we were.
We left off at verse 1 in James chapter 5. No, I read that. Verse 6. Verse 5. Yeah,
Okay,
verse
so
5.
so read explain 4 again. What does 4 mean? 4 means that they rob us of our wages, they defraud us. Okay, they pay you minimum wage, okay, and they don't pay you your money's worth, your value. Okay, because when you, like I said, when you take out a man's tax out of his money before he gets his paycheck, that's a high level of gangsterism, man. I'm robbing you with a gunpoint, with a gun. When I take your money before you get your money, that's bad, man. You're a bad dude. Then you say it's for taxes. Then when I don't pay it, you call your boy the IRS for me. Ain't that something?
Real gangster.
And the IRS, when they come for you, man, they coming. You ever see what Red Fox and them when they came for him? And what's his name?
Him too.
Joe Lewis.
Him too.
That's why, man. Yeah, Wesley said they did him bad too. But Joe Lewis, because he fought for these devils in World War II. If I fight for this country, I put my life down, and that's the crap you're doing to me, I'm killing everybody. That's why I urge nobody, don't fight for these bastards, because they don't respect you. He went and fought for this country. They're a boxer. What's called the brown what? The brown bomber? Fought for them. And he made America great because he was whipping Germans. Joe Lewis fought for them, gave his heart, everything. And when he got to a point where he owed the IRS, they didn't have no leniency on him. Well, okay, we're gonna forgive you because what you did for America, you contributed, you fought for this country. They came, took his ring off his finger. Pull that ring off your finger, boy. Give me that ring. That was the only thing that was worth millions. They said, give it to me. They did it to Red Fox. They said, give it to me. You owe Uncle Sam. They're going to pay for that, man. They're going to pay for that. You fought for this country. When I fought in their wars. And then when you fought in the wars, you were still being called a nigger. Get in the back of the bus, boy. They had no respect for you. Yeah.
No, there was another box. I think his name Joe Johnson in 1920.
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Just charged and convicted with the man.
Yeah. And he did everything for this country. Everything for this country.
State lines.
Yeah. Made up a different Trump charge against him. Because he had a white woman. But that's like a Samson too. All of them do the same thing. Wrong with these white broad. Okay? Yeah, Judah.
Yeah, man, I know you're talking about the boxing, but what disturbed me is the German prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
They made the black soldiers get up so the German prisoners can sit down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you gotta watch this one with World War I too. I forgot the name, but it was the soldiers that went and fought in World War I in France. When it was an all-black platoon. I forgot the name. It came out last year in the movies. I forgot the name of it. I saw it too. 59? What is it? 59? 59? Yeah.
Where they had to sacrifice to get through the lines?
No.
Glory.
No. They were based in a base in Texas. Or the all-black military soldiers. No. They was during World War I, and they were about to go to France to fight. And when they went in the bus, one of the private went in the bus, and the sheriff had more power over them. The sheriff said, "Boy, what you doing in this bus? We told you to get in the back of the bus." And when he moved, they beat him down. It came out last year in the movies. It's right in the back of my name. And so what they did, they said, we had enough of this crap. And when the white boys came into town to take back the town, all the black soldiers said, enough of that. They started killing all them white boys. This enough of that crap. And what they did, they brought in more reinforcement in the military, and they charged them for treason and they were all shot to death.
Yeah.
All right, and they all said, listen, we're a man. They said, we're going like a trooper. To hell with that, we don't care. Okay, and they start killing every white people in that town for the crap they was doing, man. Yeah, but I forgot the name. It came out last year in the movies. I saw it too. I forgot the name of it. So you can look up for me, Caleb. It's a World War II movie with black soldiers that was based in a Texas military base in Texas. I think they were based out in Galveston, Texas, I think. One of the soldier and the sheriff beat him down, man. Then they kill him. Then they say, no, we're not taking this no more, man. You know? But it was based on a real story too, a real story. They made a movie on it. None came up, right?
The Houston riot?
No. They were all military men in the military during World War I.
Last Man's Club?
Hmm?
Last Man's Club?
No. It had a number to it. The movie had a number to it. Anything came up with the black soldiers during World War I, based in a military base in Texas?
The 24.
The 24. The 24. Yes, the 24. Y'all should go see that movie, The 24. That's a very good movie. All right?
Houston, Texas, 1917.
Yeah, during World War I. And they were stationed to go over to fight in France. All right? And it was all a black platoon. The drill sergeant, all of them were black soldiers stationed there in Houston, Texas. The 24. That's a real good movie. All right? Yes.
That's why a lot of soldiers, a lot of Jakes didn't come back here.
Mhm.
They got more respect and France.
Yeah, it was France that recognized the soldiers. Yeah, they got the Medal of Honor and Recognition of France that fought in World War II. You understand? So that's why if you fight for this country, man, they should have mercy upon you, man. But they didn't have no mercy in Joe Louis, man. They took everything from him. He died a pauper, and he made this country famous fighting against the Germans. Who he fought against? With Schmeling? Max Schmeling, yeah, the great German hope. All right? And everybody, all America, even the racist one, rally around him too when he won. Because that gave America great pride. The American pride against the Nazi Germans. Yeah, it was a big riot, man. You understand? And they gave him a hero's welcome. They prop him up, man. Joe Louis, yes, America this, man. Yeah. And then when he owed IRS money, man, they didn't show no mercy to him, man. They came and said, give me that ring off your finger, boy. That's an insult. Yeah.
He beat him up, not by a knockout. Joe Louis.
I'm not sure, but he whipped that butt good, man. He whipped that German dude good, boy. You know? It was a knockout? Yeah. So they really have defrauded us in everything, man. You know what? And even sharecropping. What they did to us in sharecropping, they robbed us. They pimped us, man. They will say, okay, this year you'll get your bounty that you work for. We'll give you the money and everything. And keep making promises and never got it, man. And you just went back working for free. That was all slavery all over again, sharecropping. Yeah.
I was seeing the Malcolm X movie where Malcolm X was running the streets and he was working on the railroad. They was listening to the Joe Louis fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he watching Joe Louis fight. Yeah, that made America great. And that gave black people a lot of hope too, man. That boosts up their pride, man. You understand? Joe Louis, man. But that's how it is, man. They have defrauded us of everything. All right? So read that verse again.
The book of James, chapter 5, verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields.
Sharecropping. We have reaped down their fields. Work for them. Okay? Even the Mexicans too. What they call migrants. They're robbing them too. They exploiting them, man. Okay? because they're not getting paid no big money. I guarantee they're not making $10 an hour, picking all those cherries, strawberries, peaches, pecans. I guarantee they're not making no $10 an hour. I guarantee they don't have no medical benefits. I guarantee they don't have no insurance or none of that. And they're being robbed. Yeah.
So it's the card. Do you think they know this? They know that? They're being exploited?
Some of them know, some don't care. All they kids, I could come to America and make money, mucho money, dinero, and send it back to Mexico, Mexico. You understand? Send it back through remittance. You understand? And that's what most of them do. When you make that money, you send it back to your country, because when you send it back, you get more money for it. Everybody from the island does it too. All the islands. Well, I mean, I send back money back home, you know. Why? How much you gonna send back? $1,000, man. 1,000 US. 1,000 US in Jamaica is what? More than that. Yeah, it's more than 15,000. $100 is 15,000. 1,000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got any people that claim and say that they were cousins something? Business. I mean, come on, man.
Hey, you know what I mean? But that's how all the islands are able to stay up, because people from here send back money to their family in the islands.
Wow.
You understand?
Never knew that.
Yeah, man. That's remittance is the biggest way the islands survive after tourism. When you send money back to your family back in the islands, man, that's when they're able to live that lavish lifestyle and do the things they're doing. Because you sending money back to the islands. You understand? Yeah. And that's what everybody, people from Mexico, from Guatemala, Honduras, even Africans do it.
Yeah.
Nigeria to send back money to the remittance. You understand? Through Western Union, MoneyGram. Jamaica is it was with the other yeah. So that's how everybody tend to have a good lifestyle. They tend to live good through remittance. And Trump is going to look at that and he's going to cut that off too. Because he's going to say money is leaving out of America and going to other countries. You understand? Yeah, it's just a matter of time. All right. So they have really robbed us. They robbed us, man. All right. So finish that verse.
Which is of you kept back by fraud. Cry it, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord Adonai.
And our cries, we're crying out for what they've been doing to us. It's the Most High is hearing it. Our cries, we're crying out, working hard, man. Because I'm telling you the truth, I'm tired of working, man. I'm tired of getting up every friggin' morning going to work. I'm tired now, man. I'm tired. I'm fed up with it. I'm ready to give me my damn money now, man. Give me my money. I'm tired. You understand? Because most I'll be 62 in what? In 2 more months? Take that money and get the hell out of Dodge, man. I've been working since I was 14 years old, man. Yeah, man. You understand? Yeah. Yeah, man. Working like a damn slave. I'm a slave right now. I'm a homeborn slave. All right, go ahead.
Ye have lifted in pleasure.
See?
To me, you have lived in pleasure.
See, they have lived in pleasure. These rich people live in pleasure. They're living in pleasure. They have to worry about nothing. You think Bill Gates and them worry about anything? Elon Musk? They don't worry about nothing. All right, go ahead.
You have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton.
They ain't worrying about nothing. They ain't got to worry about nothing. All right, go ahead.
You have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter.
See, they have nourished their hearts. They filled up, man. They live in lavishly, man. And you know what? And not only them, we got to go back to men that were before them, Because before Elon Musk and all these guys now, who were the big money barons who are making money and who were living good? The Rockefellers, the J.P. Morgans, the Kennedys, the DuPonts, the Harrimans, the Gettys, the Bushes. You understand? They were making that old money. Yeah, the Rockefellers, that name been around for a long time. You think about Rockefeller? Rockefeller, man, he owns, I'll say maybe about 40% or more of New York, man. The Carnegies, all right, the Astors, okay, the Mellons, the Bondis. It's a whole lot of family, man. A whole lot of rich elite families here in New York. When you go to Cornell Hospital and NYU, go in there, and you're gonna see on a list. They put an engraved on a list all the donors that was given to them since early back, since the late 1800s. And these were rich donors that were given to them up until this present day. You said, damn, it's a lot of rich people in New York, man. They show you the list of all the donors that have been given, because to run a hospital, NYU and Cornell, that's big hospitals. That takes money, man. All right, because they have all the high-tech equipments and stuff in there, and show all the list of the people that supported, the donors that helped to keep that foundation going. It's a long list. I'm like, wow. And they contributed a lot of money, man. They showed you from the time they started up until this present day that I'm speaking. That's a lot of people that contributed money. Yeah.
Yeah, even the name won't come to me. Somebody in Beverly can help me. This here, they shutting down this the University of Columbia.
Howard, yeah.
And Trump is stopping millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
They
And you know where that money is going, right? To him and to his rich buddies.
So they saying, it's like if they saying, okay, well, we got enough money to support ourselves for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all that money that's been contributed.
Yeah. Yeah. But Columbia itself was built off opium drug money by the rich family billionaires and elites that started off. So what they did, they invested the money and they built Columbia University off of that drug money, off of opium.
So Columbia University used to be called Queens College.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a free college.
I was university with the bootleg.
Huh?
Bootleg.
What?
Howard University.
Yeah, Howard. Yeah, it was formed by rich white men that invested into it too. And a lot of black people that had money.
Yeah.
Because remember, Bill Cosby is one thing on Bill Cosby though. He used to donate a lot of money to these black colleges, especially to Temple University. He used to donate a lot of money, man. Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about him. He used to look out for his people. You know, even though he might have done certain things, but he used to donate money to a lot of black colleges. You know, yeah.
I was gonna tell you the Kennedys.
Mm-hmm.
The Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, that so many people love. He was put in office by the bootlegger.
Yeah, his father was in the bootlegging. Yeah.
Was the showing up gangster.
Yeah, they got how they got rich off of bootlegging.
And they didn't tell his brother that's how he got him office when he became Attorney General when he went after the gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
Did your father tell you that we
made
a deal?
Yeah, his father was a big bootlegger, man. Bootlegging was big in this country, man. And that's why the federal government made it legal. Because before they couldn't make money. Them gangsters were making money, all like Al Capone and Lucky Luciano and Dutch SEALs up in New York, the so-called Jews mafia. Yeah, Dove Schultz. Yeah. They were making buku money off of that bootlegging, man.
Now they doing it with smoke.
Yeah, you understand? And that's why they open these smoke shops now. You understand? Because Jake was doing his thing, and they said, wait a minute. The only way to control this thing is to make, okay, you niggas want to sell weed, open a smoke shop.
Yeah. And the numbers been.
And then we'll tax it. You understand? So, but you got to give it to him, though. The man's a gangster. He gangster people, man. He gangstered you. And that's why he's going to pay for that, because everything he did was exploitation. All right? So finish that.
Verse 6. Out of James chapter 5, verse 6. Ye have condemned and killed the just.
See, and that's what they did. They have condemned and killed the just. Go ahead.
And he doth not resist you.
And what does that mean when he said he does not resist you? What does that mean when he said he does not resist you?
It's like we don't have power against you.
To go and take justice against them or vengeance. So they killed the just. And we just like, okay, he got killed. We cry, we march, we mourn.
Yeah.
And that's it. We haven't resisted yet against them. So they're lucky. We're the only people who have not done that. They kill us every day, spill our blood. You understand? And I heard one white guy say one time, he said, it's amazing and surprisingly that blacks have not returned the same thing that white America has done to us. And he said, I could see why black people will be God's people. That's what he said. Yeah. Yeah, because we have not returned the retaliation that they have done to us. We took it. We just cry, march, shed tears. You understand? We shall overcome. No peace, no justice. You understand? Yeah.
One white boy say, we had a conversation. He said, yeah, but we stick together.
Mm-hmm.
We stick together. We still got our unity. We stick together.
And he's right.
Something told me, you better stick together.
Yeah, he's right.
The time is coming.
Yeah.
We're divided now.
Yeah, they're divided now. Now, with Trump in office, America will never be the same again. Never.
Can you imagine when the Most High put that spirit back on us to do these things?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't cry.
Yeah. But the way America is now, the way it's going, it will never be the same again. Normal days are not coming back to America. What you're going to see now is hyperinflation. You're going to see everything going up, and hard times is going to roll in. Okay? Because Trump is up against the wall. He don't know what the hell he's doing. Okay? The Most High got them in a state right now that everything that they do, like the scripture said, is going to cause them to error. All right? Yes. Mm-hmm. 90 days pause. Yeah. He's going to turn because he already told China he put on 200 and what, something % tariff. And China blew him up. China said, listen, man. China said, everything you got is fake. I make it in China. Your bags, your clothing, your Gucci, your Fendi. I make all those stuff. Yeah, but not on China, but on everybody else. Yes. Yeah, China owns America. I don't blame the Chinese either. I said, do what you got to do. That's what you call war, baby. Strategic war against the enemy. Because America been doing it against all nations for the last 100, 150 years. But they don't tell you how to do it. But America been doing the same thing to all other nations, exploiting all the other nations of their wealth. How is it that I have gold, but you take my gold, and then you don't give me the finished payment for my gold? You want to give me something less in return for what I'm doing. Everything that America needs and Europe needs, as far as uranium resources, all that is geared in Africa, sell it to Europe, and in return, they don't get nothing back for it. Nothing. They furnish all the raw materials to Europe and don't get the full paid amount of their product that they sell to Europe. Niger exports uranium to power all of Europe electricity. Do you think they get the full payment for what they export from their country? No. They should be getting billions upon billions for what they export to Europe, but they don't get it. They're being exploited. You understand? So that's why the Most High is going to judge all of these European countries for what they have done, especially to us. America got rich off of us, off of free labor for 250 years of exploitation. Okay? And when you go to jail, oh my goodness, jail is not nothing but slavery too. Because every person that goes to jail, there's a price in your head. I think it's what, over $10,000 each prisoner is paid.
Probably now.
You have what you call a bond, and the bond service make money off of you while you're in jail. That's a big business. Okay.
Fixing roads and
Not only that, just by you being in jail, they make money. It's a bond. It's a bond deal. Your number. For the time you're born in this country, you're born with a certain number, your social security number, and they all have that. Where the big bankers, the elites make money off of every person that's born in this country.
so that's why when you go to Social Security, you can change your name. You
Mhm.
can't change that damn number.
You can't change that number.
That's why your name is in caps.
In caps. Yeah. All right. Because they make money off of us. And when you go to jail, they make more money. Okay. It's a big business, man. Everything that they do is big business against us to exploit and rob us. Okay. So we're still in slavery. I'm going to admit it. I'm in slavery. I'm not going to say I'm free. I'm not free. I'm not free. I don't have my gold. I don't have my diamond. I don't have my land. I don't have my military. I don't have my own government. I'm in another man's government in exile. That's it. Baruch 3 and 8. Let's get that. Baruch 3 and 8. Baruch 3 and 8. And all of our rich so-called black people is going to find out very soon that we're not free. Okay? They're going to find out very soon. All that money you have is not really your money. You're only using somebody's money. All right? Baruch 3 and 8.
We had a book of Apocrypha, Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
See, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. We're still in captivity. All right, go ahead.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach.
For a reproach. And we're still in a reproach state right now. Okay, go ahead.
And a curse.
And a curse. We're a cursed people, man. Okay.
And to be subject to payments.
See, and to be subject unto payments. What is that payment? Taxes. Okay, there's more to it. Go ahead.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our one, our most high omnipotent power. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life.
Mm-hmm.
Give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemies?
Land.
Man.
Are we in our enemies' land?
Yep.
Yes.
Indeed.
We're still in our enemies' land. Even though we might say, well, this is my country. Well, they don't show, it doesn't seem like that to them. They don't consider, because what is Trump doing now? He's trying to get rid of what? The 14th Amendment, right? To make you a U.S. citizen, right? The 14th Amendment made you as a U.S. citizen. He's trying to abandon and get rid of that. So what are they telling you? You're not even a citizen. You don't belong here.
4/5 of a man.
All right? 3/5 of a man.
3/5 of a man.
Right? There's more to that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
That thou art waxen old in a strange country.
See? And we're waxing old in a strange country, right here in America. Go ahead.
That thou art defiled with the dead.
And we're defiled with the dead. When you say we're defiled with the dead, what does that mean? You know, once a person is dead, you're defiled. But what is he saying here? That y'all are defiled with the dead. You're living among Esau, the dead. Because everything about him is death. And the condition that we're in as a people. Our condition is It's a horrible condition. Okay, we're not in a real victorious state of being today as a people, man. But we're gonna be very soon. All right, continue.
That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountains of wisdom.
See, and that's what we did. We have forsaken the fountain of wisdom, which is the Most High, His laws, His statutes, His commandments. All right, go ahead.
For if thou hadst walked in the way of the Most High power, thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever.
See that? See that? See that? Read that part again, man.
For if thou hadst walked in the way of the Most High omnipotent power, thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever.
See, and we have been dwelling in peace forever, but we didn't do that. And hold that and go to Jeremiah 6:14. Jeremiah 6:14, and we're gonna close out. You know, I wanted to go over Good Friday and all this Easter nonsense, but I guess I have to do it some other time. Easter bunnies. Easter
That book of Jeremiah.
chapter 6.
Yep, verse 14. Yep.
Yeah.
Chapter 6, verse 14. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace.
But the key verse is in the 16th verse. Go ahead, read on.
When there's no peace. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore, they shall fall among them that fall.
See, and that's what happened to us. All right, go ahead.
At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down, said the Lord Yahweh. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
What is the old path? What is the old path? Keeping the commandments, the laws of the Most High, the statutes. All right, go ahead.
Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
See, and we shall find rest for our soul. There's one to it. Go ahead.
But they said, we will not walk therein.
And that's what our people, we don't want to do that. We want to do what America is doing. All right, go ahead.
Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. Therefore, hear ye, O nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people.
And that's what the Most High did. He brought evil upon us. All right, go ahead.
Even the fruit of their thoughts.
What's the fruits of your thoughts? The fruits of your thoughts is what?
Or like
your basic common sense.
Sense, right.
Basic common sense. The Most High said, I'm going to take away common sense from our people. Basic common sense. The fruit of your thoughts is your common sense. Read that part again.
Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. To what purpose cometh there to me? And since...
Okay, that's it. Okay. So with that, we're going to close out. But I wanted to just go over what was Easter. That basically was the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Tonight will be the closing out and the ending of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. But Sunday will be the last day where you could eat leaven. Tonight you can't eat no leaven. But after tomorrow you could eat all the leaven you want. All right. So tonight we're closing it out.
After tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah. So tonight will be the ending of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which started from the Passover. All right. And that's what people is following, talking about Easter and all that. Good Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Thursday. And then Easter, what Easter supposed to be when? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Easter Sunday. Resurrection, hunting for the bunnies, looking for Easter eggs. Come on, man. Bunnies don't lay eggs, man. Gosh, man. All right. But if the Mashiach died on a Friday, how could he have risen on a Sunday? All right. Go to Matthew 12 and 40. They want to show you something. Because Yahweh Shai said out of his own mouth, the Son of Man shall be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. 3 days and 3 nights does not give you Friday to Sunday.
The book of Matthew.
Yes, I will. Yeah, he died on a Wednesday. Yeah.
Saturday, yeah.
That will give you a full, complete 3 days and 3 nights. But from Friday to Sunday is not 3 days and 3 nights. It's impossible. The math is wrong. The math is not adding up. The math has to add up at all times. Okay? Math is never wrong. 2 plus 2 can't give you 5. Never. It has to give you 4. Math is never wrong. Okay? All right? Matthew 12 and 40.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 40. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly.
See what Yahushua was saying? Just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly. All right? An example of him being in the earth. All right? Go ahead.
So shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth.
And that's where he's going to be when he died. He was 3 days and 3 nights in the earth. Then he was resurrected at the end of the Sabbath. All right? So from Friday to Sunday does not give you 3 days and 3 nights. But from Wednesday to Saturday gives you 3 days and 3 nights at the end of the Sabbath. All right? And this was deliberately done by the Roman Catholic Church and all the religious institutions to have the people deceived and tricked. Like the scripture said, Satan has deceived their entire world. The entire world have been deceived and tricked by Satan. Right? So that's why the Most High has sent back Yahushua to recreate everything new all over again. A whole new cycle of everything. So the Most High said he's going to create a new heaven and a new earth. Go to Isaiah 66, and then we close out. Isaiah 66, 15. Isaiah 66 and 15 and 16.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. And these pages is true. Next page. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and joy, for by fire and joy, and by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be many.
Right. So the slain of the Most High through Yahushua is going to be many. Go ahead.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh. The abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord Yahweh. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. and I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Tarshish, Pul, and Lud, that draw the bow, to Tubal and Japhan, to the isles afar off, that have not heard my name, neither have seen my glory. And they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles, and they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto the Lord Yahweh out of all nations.
That's when we leave out of here, and America is destroyed. Right?
Upon horses and in chariots, and in litters, and upon mules, and upon swift beasts, to my holy mountain Jerusalem, said the Lord Yahweh, as the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of the Lord Yahweh. And I will also take of them for priests and for Levites, said the Lord Yahweh. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me.
See, the Most High is going to make a new heavens and earth. It means he's going to clean it up. Get rid of all this garbage. Renew it. Because the earth is polluted. Okay, go ahead.
Said the Lord Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Lord Yahweh.
So that's the final analysis when the Most High brings his judgment, destroy the nations, and bring peace and righteousness to the earth. In the end, all nations is going to come to serve the Most High. They ain't going to have no choice. All right? But for now, they're going to get a massive beat down. Okay? Go ahead.
And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
Right. So what does that mean? When he said, "You shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worm shall not die." What do you mean your worm shall not die? The worm gonna be eating that body. That worm gonna be there eating that body. You understand? You're gonna just be there just to be there, just to die, just dying while the worm just eating your body. All right? Yeah. Yeah, we call it worms. Yeah, but this year worms gonna be eating those bodies. The wicked. That's the judgment on the wicked. All right? Because it says, and they shall go forth and look upon the carcass of the men. The carcass is going to be there for a while. And an open field. All right? And the worms just going to be eating that body, eating that dead carcass. All right? And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh. Some of that's abhorring is going to be stink. It's going to be detestable to see it. All right? That's right. And those that transgress the laws and say it's all right to eat pork and all that crap. That's what it's talking about here too. All right? So with that, I'm going to close out the class. Yes, Zachariah. What?
Can I read precept? Read precept?
Precept
Verse,
on what?
huh?
Well, you got a precept on him.
Yeah, out of Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15, a precept to that. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 3. Now the end come upon thee. I, the Most High, will send my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations.
That goes with that. That's a precept for that.
For 66:15, when he says my anger. That's in 15, yeah.
Okay.
For that one, yeah.
All right.
I have
So
time.
with
Let's
that,
go with that one too.
this will conclude the class. They said the Feast of Unleavened Bread will be closing out tonight. And hope everybody had a good Passover. And we like I said, we're in the new years, the new season, new month, new life, new growth, right? And new things is gonna start to appear and happen as we move along towards this new year. The new year is not according to what this system says, but according to what the Most High says. The new year is. And as Israelites, we recognize that, we acknowledge that we're in the new year, the beginning of the month, the beginning of the year, where new life comes up. Look outside. The trees are blooming, flowers popping up, everything is coming up new again. 3 months ago, a month ago, everything was what? Dead, barren. Now we see new growth. That's new life springing forth. All right? You even feel a difference. You can hear the birds chirping, hear the dove out there singing. All right? The birds chirping. The animals, the cats are more livelier now. Running around, ready to mate. All right? So everything changes. Life, new growth. You even have a different feeling about yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not dealing with that cold. Like, oh gosh, it's cold. Bundle up. I don't like the cold. I'm not a winter baby. Who's winter babies in here? I'm a late spring baby, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's a balance. It's a balance. Yeah. It's a balance, you know what I mean? But when we go back home, we ain't have to deal with this cold. All right, because the lowest it gets in Jerusalem, Israel, is like 50 degrees or so. You know what I mean? So the Most High said all year round, spring, winter, and fall. But we don't get the harsh winter like it does over here.
Hey, brother.
All right. All right. So with that, I say shalom and Kwam Yashrol, all praises to the Most High. Pronounce this one here. Drop the camera here first. Yeah. Oh, curl first. Yeah. Turn it off here. Top switch here. Bring it up. Top. The top one. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Sure. And what do I hit over here? Oh, up to the top over there. It says live. Click that.